Hello and welcome. I am Nadia Abunasser, Federal and Development Projects Director for the MEDC's Entrepreneurship and Innovation team. Our team is tasked with assisting in technology commercialization and helping high-tech entrepreneurs grow and mature their companies. We do this through a series of programs and initiatives that are run through our partners and smart zones. Joining me today is Brandon Marken, founder and CEO of Lean Rocket Lab in Jackson, Michigan. Welcome.
Hey, Nadia, thanks for having me. It's good to be here today.
So, Brandon, can you tell us a little bit about what Lean Rocket Lab is and what it is you guys do?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be excited to. So Lean Rocket Lab, as you mentioned, is a MEDC Smart Zone business incubator operating kind of within the larger context of the state. But we're a manufacturing technology-focused incubator. We also run an Industry 4.0 Accelerator. We're located in Jackson, Michigan. Lean Rocket Lab really was inspired by some of the other business incubators around the state that we saw having a really positive impact on their community, like Ann Arbor Spark and the Ferris Wheel in Flint, Tech Town, etc. And we felt like it'd be a really great thing for Jackson to be connected to that ecosystem. We specifically focus on manufacturing and technology in the manufacturing space. Jackson County has hundreds of manufacturers. Obviously, Michigan as a state is just a blue ocean of manufacturing resources. And so when we launched the lab, we really wanted to focus on that. The lab was really, in a lot of ways, along with our MEDC support and grant, funded by the community of manufacturers here in Jackson. There are just a lot of investment happening in manufacturing, a lot of smart people in manufacturing, and a lot of resources. And so that community really helped us launch the lab to support entrepreneurship and economic development in that space.
Great. So today we're going to go over some of the trends and topics that can help with manufacturing tech commercialization. So as you mentioned, you guys work a lot with the manufacturing tech startups and those developing technologies for manufacturing. Can you talk a little bit about how you've been able to access the MEDC-funded resources and other statewide resources and to help support these companies in the ecosystem?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, really, the ecosystem here in Michigan truly is incredible. It's very interconnected. There are a lot of resources available to entrepreneurs, different stages and types of capital, different partnerships with universities. And so one of the things we've really tried to do is we saw that there was a chasm in manufacturing technology where it was hard to deploy either the development and scale of physical products and or what we call the other side of the equation, manutech, which is technology in manufacturing. These traditionally had been less supported maybe. And so we felt like because of the access to manufacturing that we had here, the access to prototyping and really production manufacturing across all verticals and stages. And so one of the things we do here at Lean Rocket Lab is we represent what's called a gateway. And so we are able to connect entrepreneurs that come to us with different funding opportunities that are available. We like to look at it as like there's this roadmap and there's the right time and different types of funding. And one of the things that the MEDC does so well is provides very strategic, critical early stage funding. So one of the programs we leverage often is the Business Accelerator Fund, where we have an entrepreneur that maybe has a work prototype and they need to hire professional services or they need to develop additional production, et cetera. And we can walk them through a process with the MEDC to connect with them with some funding to help them advance the commercialization of their product or technology. And that would traditionally be hard to do. Just that's not usually investable or bankable funding that's needed right there. And that's where the MEDC really filled the gap. And I could go on and on. There's lots of programs, SBAR, CTR, all these things are really available kind of with the Lean Rocket Lab and other incubators being really the tip of the spear or the gateway, if you will, use the MEDC word for entrepreneurs to come in and get connected to those resources.
All right, so you mentioned Industry 4.0 and the Industry 4.0 Accelerator. Lean Rocket Lab, along with L2 Centropolis and Automation Alley launched the first Industry 4.0 accelerator in the country, I believe. It was earlier this year.
Yeah, in January, which not much has happened since then, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was in January.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about what Industry 4.0 is and how it will affect manufacturers going forward, and what it is you're trying to achieve with the Industry 4.0 accelerator?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the opportunity to talk about this. It's certainly been a huge deal. It's really kind of almost become all-consuming. It's changed so much about what we've done. We couldn't have possibly anticipated the level of demand that would happen and the technology that we would be seeing. So yeah, led by Automation Alley, who's the North American advanced manufacturing hub for the World Economic Forum, and really the thought leader in the state of Michigan in Industry 4.0, and Lawrence Tech University Centropolis Accelerator, and ourselves. We formed a tri-partnership, if you will. And we really just said, hey, we're all MEDC, Smart Zone Connected Incubators. We're all focused very much on the success and health and expansion of Michigan's advanced manufacturing infrastructure and ecosystem. And we wanted to team up and run this accelerator. Just to go up one level, Industry 4.0 is the fourth industrial revolution. It's kind of the anecdotal reference there. And really it just refers to the digitization of the factory. It includes artificial intelligence, big data, edge computing, machine learning, additive manufacturing, AR, VR. A host of technology that really has permeated other industries is rapidly advancing in manufacturing, and it's changing the way things are done. I think people sort of know it intellectually, seeing Tesla and companies like that in the news, but it's really hard to possibly comprehend how rapidly it's happening, how much it's changing manufacturing. We're starting to think about it in different ways, where now we're thinking about tech companies that make things as opposed to companies that make things incorporating technology. And so this is a huge shift. For us, it's important for two reasons. One, we wanted to bring the best and brightest technology and ideas into our program, but we also felt like these technologies and ideas create operational resiliency for Michigan's advanced manufacturing ecosystem. You look at automotive, aerospace, med device, defense, all the things that really we do here and have done for a long time. And we've came out on top on previous trends and shifts in manufacturing. And admittedly, we're behind implementation. We're saying, how can we be a part of that? How can we be a part of bringing some of the technologies and stuff into manufacturers? So that's kind of the macro trends, if you will, the things that we're seeing. And so when we launched the program, the vision was really simple. We said, hey, could we bring the best technology and best teams focused on Industry 4.0 to Michigan, and then leverage our relationships and with manufacturers, the expertise of Automation Alley, Lawrence Tech, and create operational resiliency for these manufacturers by implementing this technology. COVID happened, which actually is obviously been crazy times for everybody, but it really put an increased emphasis on how important operational resiliency is in manufacturing right now. And so in some ways, it even catalyzed this whole thing. So that's kind of the macro aspects of it, Nadia. And if you'd like, I can kind of dive into the specifics and go down a little deeper if you'd like.
How would a company be able to apply to be part of the incubation, the Industry 4.0 accelerator?
Yeah,
I think that's something we should probably get out there.
Yep, great question. What do we actually do? So the accelerator is a really unique program. Unlike other accelerators, we don't run it on a cohort basis. We don't have 5 teams that we're kind of all in. We really treat it like a pipeline, and we use the extensive relationships we have with manufacturers and corporate partners to vet technology. So the application itself is on F6S, which is a startup recruiting pipeline. You can just go to i40accelerator.com, our website, and you can see, you can get to the application that way. And then we've built a portal for all the corporate partners and the teams that we work with to connect and different things like that. But when you go through the application process, we handle it a little bit different. We have dozens of corporate partners from Magna and Lear and Siemens and Kamau and all these great companies across the state of Michigan, Whirlpool, and many others. I shouldn't start listing them because then I forget people. But And what we do is when teams apply, we have a team that reviews the applications. We do interviews. We bring in experts and residents. And we put technology in 4 different buckets. We're either companies to watch, incubator, investment, or growth stage. Our accelerator is actually backed by a seed fund that was originally created by the MEDC, and we make strategic seed investments, $110,000 investments into the companies that are in our portfolio. And then we literally just are working extensively with them to connect them with manufacturers. And we allow the business development, the validation that comes from the manufacturing partners to really let us know who we need to continue to help move through the ecosystem. We've seen companies move. So just to give you some cool numbers really quick, and I know we're going to run out of time, but we've had over 200 applications from over 25 countries. And it's been unbelievable, the technology that we've seen in all different areas of I-4O. And most recently, we just announced our first investment to a company that was from Brazil that came to Michigan. We have a company right now that's raised their seed capital in San Francisco that's moving to Michigan to set up an office. And so we're just seeing the fruit of the accelerator, where companies are coming here because of the program, but because of the manufacturing and the fund and the whole deal. And so it's really exciting. So if you have an I-4O technology, if you're doing stuff in manufacturing space, please go to our website, please apply. We will do an interview with you. We want to hear from you. It's just been an incredible program. So.
Oh, thanks. What other, what advice do you have to entrepreneurs and startups that are in the state of Michigan? What would you tell them they should be doing to get support?
I love this question, Nadia. I have an entrepreneurial background. I've had startups in my life and done good things and failed in business. Conversely, I understand the world that they're coming from. And I guess the biggest thing I would say is at one point, I didn't know that this ecosystem existed. I didn't know about MEDC smart zones and business incubators and early stage funds and validation and all these things that are available to the ecosystem. So if you're watching this, you have one leg up on where I was previously. But what I would say is there are so many resources, so many EIRs, so many programs that are on standby to help you. Go to a smart zone, come to Lean Rocket Lab, we'll help you. And we like to tell people the MEDC has done something really amazing and helpful. And we think we've been a part of that at the Lean Rocket Lab. You will not fail because of traditional barriers that kept people from being successful. Maybe you're an underrepresented or underserved population, and you have historically not had access to capital, or you need engineering expertise, or you will not fail for the reasons that have historically held people back. And that's truly an amazing thing. You might fail because it's not a great idea or something, or a great product. And that's what we actually help people do, is validate and understand where their shortcomings are. But a world where you have a chance, if your business and product is good and you have access to capital and resources and people, where historically that hasn't always been the case for people, is an amazing world. And that's what the MEDC has created and what we're a part of here at Lean Rocket Lab, which is outstanding.
Oh, thanks. Thank you for that. You're one of our biggest cheerleaders. Well, I think we're coming up on the 15-minute mark here. So
okay, great.
I want to thank you for joining me today, Brandon. And it was great hearing about Lean Rocket Lab, the Industry 4.0 Accelerator, and all of the services you're providing our entrepreneurs. And I want to thank everyone who tuned in today. And if you would like to learn more about the MEDC resources that are available for our high-tech entrepreneurs and startups, you can visit our website at michiganbusiness.org/entrepreneurship.
Thanks, Nadia.
Thanks.